Between April and September 2021, a record-breaking 24 million American employees did something unthinkable. They walked away. Most bosses think they know why. They think it's about the paycheck. But they're wrong. In a massive study analyzing 34 million employee profiles and over 1.4 million Glassdoor reviews, researchers from MIT found something absolutely earth-shattering. If you think people are quitting for a 10% raise, you're missing the forest for the trees. The data shows that a toxic corporate culture is actually 10.4 times more powerful than compensation in predicting why someone leaves. So, what does toxic actually look like in 2026? And why are the world's most innovative companies, the ones everyone dreams of working for, suffering the most? Stick around, because we're breaking down the 5 hidden killers of retention and the 4-step short-term fix that actually works. We've been told the Great Resignation is just a blue-collar issue or a burnout issue, but the data tells a completely different story. While apparel retail and fast food are getting hit hard, management consulting, the absolute pinnacle of white-collar work, has the second highest attrition rate. But here is the real pattern interrupt. Even within the same industry, the gaps are massive. You are 3.8 times more likely to quit Tesla than Ford. You're twice as likely to leave JetBlue than Southwest. Why? It's not the industry, it's the internal weather. The MIT research identified 5 primary predictors of attrition. First, toxic culture. This is the #1 killer. It includes deep-seated disrespect, unethical behavior, and a failure to promote diversity, equity, and inclusion. Second, job insecurity and reorganizations. It's simple. People don't stay on sinking ships. Third is high innovation. Wait, what? We'll get to this in a second because it's a total trap. Fourth, a failure to recognize performance. This happens when the A players get treated exactly like the laggards. And fifth, a poor COVID-19 response. This was a literal life-or-death trust issue for millions of workers. Now, let's talk about that innovation trap. This is the part that really bites. Companies like Nvidia, SpaceX, and Tesla are at the bleeding edge. They change the world, but their attrition rates are 3 standard deviations higher than their peers. Why? Because innovation is often just corporate code for work-life imbalance. Staying at the top requires a pace that is, frankly, unsustainable. The work is exciting, yes, but humans aren't machines. During the Great Resignation, workers started asking, is changing the world worth losing my sanity? The answer, for millions, was a resounding no. If you're a manager and your only move is pay them more, you're bringing a knife to a gunfight. Compensation ranked 16th on the list of predictors. It's what researchers call a hygiene factor. If it's missing, people are unhappy. But if it's there, it doesn't necessarily make them stay. What drives people out isn't just the size of the check. It's the failure to recognize performance. If a high achiever sees a laggard getting the same rewards, they don't just get annoyed, they get a LinkedIn recruiter account. So, how do we stop the bleeding? The research identified 4 short-term actions that actually move the needle. 1. Provide lateral career moves. This is the most underrated strategy. It is 12 times more predictive of retention than a promotion. People don't always want more work. Sometimes they just want different work. 2. Sponsor corporate social events. Don't roll your eyes. Team building and social connections create stickiness. It's harder to quit a team that feels like a real community. 3. Offer remote work options. It helps, but it's not the magic bullet anymore. Since everyone offers it now, it's no longer a competitive advantage. And 4. Make schedules more predictable for frontline employees. This is huge. For blue-collar workers, having a schedule set 2 weeks in advance is 6 times more powerful than flexibility. The Great Resignation isn't a war over money. It's a war over dignity, stability, and culture. If you want to keep your best people, you have to root out the toxicity before it roots out your talent. Because at the end of the day, people don't quit jobs. They quit environments that make them feel small. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next briefing.